Hey everyone, welcome to Safety Optional. I'm Evan, and today I'm working on my Jeep again. If you watch some of my older videos, you may remember me talking about needing to work on the power steering pump, and that time has finally come. I drove this around the block the other day, and it had no steering input at all from the power steering pump. It was just a complete manual steering. And with these big 32-inch mud tires, it is tough to turn on dry pavement. So I'm going to pull it out and see if we can rebuild it, and if not, we're going to change it. But I'm going to walk you guys through the whole process so you can see how it happens. If you've never worked on one before, this right here is the power steering pump, at least on this model or on all models of Jeep Cherokees. It looks similar on almost all cars. Here's the reservoir where you put in the fluid. You can see it's got plenty of fluid in there because I topped it off, but even by topping it off, it didn't help the steering power. It's driven off of the accessory belt via this pulley. And one thing that's kind of cool on the Jeep Cherokees of this era, it's what's used to tension that pulley. So when you loosen this up, it loosens the whole belt, and it's the tension adjustment for the belt. Mine's been leaking for a long time, so I know it's a problem. If I can get you where you can see down in there, you can see some fluid. And down underneath the Jeep, there's been a persistent little drip down there for a long time. So, and also there's fluid on the pitman arm there from the power steering. So this repair is long overdue. So that one's loose. Now we kind of see more of the issue. There's an easier way to do this. Every time I do this, I forget that there's another one down there that I've got to loosen. There we go. Now she's loose. It really helps to have a gear wrench screw tip in there. Okay. Now she's completely loose. Now's going to be a good time to replace that belt too. One out of the back. The higher one out of the front. And the whole thing slide over. Alright, this nut comes off the stud that the thing swivels around. Tensioning screw. Okay. Alright, now with the pump loose, I can get the fluid out of here, drain it out, and remove it from the vehicle. I'm putting a catch can down underneath to catch anything that spills through. See if I can drain a little bit out of here. This thing's probably going to be so stuck on there. Screw back in there to hold it still. Bolt rather. go. Okay. Now I'm going to take this, dump the rest of the contents out. Alright, so this is the power steering pump unit that's out of the Jeep now. And I will say that you can tell it's been a problem for a long time, because you can see that it's just completely crusted over here with goo. It's disgusting. So what parts of this don't get replaced are definitely going to need to be deeply, heavily cleaned. Hopefully the reservoir still works. I think it does, but we'll have to take it off and take it over to the bench, take it all apart, and see what the inside looks like. But first I'm going to take it over and hose it down with carb cleaner, brake cleaner, whatever, and really just degrease the thing, because that is nasty. Alright, I've got my power steering pump off the Jeep, and it's here in the garage so I can work on it on the workbench a little bit easier. I took it out and sprayed it off with some degreaser. It's a little bit cleaner, but I'm going to have to work on it a bit more later after we get it all apart. But in order to work on it any further, I've got to get this pulley off of here. And to do that, you need a specialized tool. You can't just use a regular puller on here or you'll mess this up. They make a power steering pump pulley puller. And so that is what I have rented from my local parts store. And it comes with parts to take the pulley off and put a new one on. And the way it goes together is this. It's got a stud with a nut, and this is basically on a bearing, so it swivels. That rides there. These two pieces go on either side and grip the snout right there, and then this ring goes over it to hold it all together. 13/16 wrench and 5/8. And because it takes a long time, I'm going to speed it up with the use of tools. This is probably going to vibrate the dickens out of that camera, but it will. Bam! Just like that. There's the pulley. There's the power steering pump. Well, more of it, at least, so you can see. So you got bracket, pump, reservoir. So let's get this bracket off of here. Okay, now the pump is held to the reservoir with these little funky clips here and here. And you can't just bang them off. They need to be lifted up here and pushed off. There's one clip. Once you get it past the little retaining deal there, you can just knock it on the rest of the way and feel it wiggling. Bam. So this is literally just a push-on connection there between the pump and the reservoir. And it's got inside it O-ring, which looks like it's probably been leaking for a long time. So there's my reservoir. So this will get thoroughly cleaned before we put this thing back together. Alright, I'm ready to start putting this thing back together with my new remanufactured power steering pump. So for you it's like 30 seconds. For me it's like 3 weeks. So without any further ado. Alright. Looks like they got some schmoo in there. And this O-ring needs to go here. Just like that. So there's the O-ring on there, pressed on. That goes into there like that. Push it together and bam! And then these push clips here, they're mirror image. That one looks like it goes there. So the clip bites into the casting. So now the next step is going to be putting the pulley back on, which presses on to here, like so. So back to my rental tools. This stud, which is threaded to match both of these, goes on here. I want to get it pretty far up. I want to make sure I got plenty of room. Okay. I'm going to thread that into the power steering pump. Approximately 15 millimeter. Yep, that's all the way on there. Back that off. And voila! She's back on there, ready to go back in the Jeep. Wham bam. There you go. Alright, we are back out in the Jeep. I got my helper with me. Got the power steering pump here ready to go back in. And I've got the little O-ring that came with the power steering kit. Power steering pump. Put that on the line. Okay.
Why do you make these videos so long?
Why do I make the video so long?
Yeah.
Whoa!
You didn't fall in it.
Nope.
And it still records that falling in.
I know. I can edit that part out though.
Why keep it there?
You like that part?
It's kind of funny. No, silly.
Oh, you mean where I've got it sitting on top of the engine?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not where it goes. You know that. If I can get it on there. There we go.
Does the power steering belt go there?
It does. It looks like it belongs there, doesn't it?
It's absolutely perfect lined with it.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
It's overdressed. That's kind of
Okay, let's pull
funny.
that plug out of there. Or rats, yep. Keeps the rats out for sure.
Can I stop now? My head.
Are you ready to call it a night?
No. I just want to stop looking at this Jeep. It's kind of annoying.
Oh my gosh, you think it's annoying to work on the Jeep? Alright, I'm going to tension it back up.
Why is it that?
Now if I did everything right, this thing should be ready to go as soon as we put fluid in it. We're going to start it up and let it run a little bit to circulate the fluid through it. Well, I can say for the first time in a long time that this thing is running in tip-top shape now. It's not making any funny noises. It steers well. I think it's ready to go off-roading again. You know, when we first got this thing running, I knew that the power steering pump was going out. The noise it was making and the trouble it was having steering. As you can see, we certainly fixed it tonight. So until next time, thanks for watching. Safety optional.